You definitely get high emotion when we're hunting together.
When I'm filming, yeah.
He whisper yells at me.
Yeah.
She termed the phrase whisper yelling.
I'm like, you've got to calm down because like your adrenaline's pouring into my adrenaline.
And then we get mad at each other because something
And then it turns into a fight.
Then we're both whisper yelling.
Welcome back to the Take It Outside podcast, where we talk all things outdoors and just getting outside where life happens. I'm your host, Sam Mackey, and always I'm joined by my co-host, Smokin' Jay Cutler. If you're a whitetail hunter, today's guests need no introduction, but we're going to give them one anyway because they've done more for the sport of deer hunting than just about anyone else. They've been producing America's best outdoor content since 1989. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mark and Taylor Drury. I appreciate you guys coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yes,
Happy
sir.
to be here.
Yes, ma'am. So before we went live here, we were talking about deer tracking or blood tracking or tracking animals that have been hit. And your father said you have a wealth of knowledge. So I want to dive right into that.
Okay.
So let's just start, someone shoots an animal.
Yeah.
What's your technique going from there?
I feel like first thing, which it's been a couple years now, obviously we have an app called DeerCast, and there's a feature in there called DeerCast Track, which it's almost turned into like our whitetail Bible in a way. It's like you hit an animal. We're lucky enough that we film every single animal, no matter what it is, and it's like it gives us the huge benefit of being able to watch it back. So I feel like that's the first thing. We're always going back to camp, putting it on the TV. Okay, because it's like crazy the difference of what you think it is on a tiny screen to a large TV.
Absolutely.
But then you dive into DeerCast Track, and I feel like our motto, no matter what, like even if you have that instinct feeling of like, oh, smoked him, our motto is usually, just back out, be safe. Look at every single, what was the angle? Was it an archery or gun kill? And then go from there.
But every single one, unless the animal drops in its track, you guys go back to the lodge and watch the film?
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part.
We've just been on so many tracks where it's like you immediately think you smoke them, but that's not the case, right? Like he's always said since I was little, it's a game of inches. I mean, honestly, it's like if you're a quarter inch left or a quarter inch right, it's two different tracks, two different hits. But it's been so fun over the years. Obviously, the more tracks that you're a part of, like the more you learn about them. And to me, I think it's incredible how tough they are.
Yeah.
Like where you can hit those animals and how far they'll still go. But I think with our motto of being slow, being steady, being smart, we don't jump a ton of animals. Like it increases our odds of you're going to find them if you just do the right thing and you go slow.
So let's talk about, I'm not going to say bad shots, but shots that aren't the best, right? So you
Shots
walk
that Sam makes.
liver
Me
shot, maybe like single lung or high.
Yeah.
What is a tail when you walk up to like, hey, maybe we should give it more time?
I feel like with those hits, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, we're always like instinct is, man, this is going to be 8+ hours, 12+ hours, especially one lung.
And
One lung probably even more.
Yeah, one lung's often, you're not going to find them.
Yeah.
In my experience, one lung hits are very tough.
Which is insane.
If you've got enough room, you could push a one lung hit deer and increase your odds, but in most cases they make it, unless something arterial is hit within that lung.
Yeah.
Liver shots are very tricky. They vary in mortality, anywhere from 3 to 5 hours all the way up to 18, 24 hours. So liver hits are really, really tricky. You got to look at what kind of blood sign you see on the trail. And it's one of those situations where if your goal is the meat, you go a little quicker. If the goal is to just recover the animal in general, you wait a little longer. But it really comes down to try to make sure you make a double lung shot. But it's not always going to be that way, But liver shots are tricky. I hate them, because there is such a variance in mortality. Temperature has a lot to do with it. Sometimes with liver hits, it's not, hemorrhaging that's going to kill them. It'll be sepsis that kills them. The warmer it is, the quicker the sepsis takes over. The colder it is, the longer it takes. So there's so many variables with that hit, and gut gets even worse.
So let's just say you're tracking an animal and it's still alive and you bump it and it hops up and starts running for Georgia. What's your go-to move then?
wait another
Yeah.
3 to 5, depending on what the
Yeah.
animal looked like when he got out of there. You might have to wait an additional 12. You might realize, hey, it was a different hit than I thought it was. You know, it's you try to look. It's the totality of the evidence, the arrow, the blood, what the animal did when he ran off. Was his head down? Was his head up? Was his tail up? Was his tail down? You know, all those little things will help you make better decisions on the track. And we always talk about it. And one of the reasons we put deer cast track in there is because through the years, we've bumped some deer that we've lost that we later found dead. And we're like, why did we make that mistake? And everybody talks about tactics on how to kill an animal. Very few people talk about tracking tactics. So we put deer cast track together and put a library of several hundred hits where you see the hit and then listen to Tracker John and Bobby Culbertson, the two best trackers I know, and then myself and Terry go through the steps. And if nothing else, it makes you think and just not rush in the moment. You know, if you don't see them fall down or hear them fall down, you're better off just to wait and give them the appropriate amount of time, temperature dependent.
And I would say, if anything, like if people take the time to watch the videos, they're like listening to all the tips and the things that they're saying. I would say it's going to slow down most people. Like, it always amazes me how, okay, we hit a deer, we go in there and watch it. And it's like at the end of these videos, it's telling you, okay, roughly this is the time you should wait, you know, yada, yada. I feel like every single time I watch one of those videos, I'm like, wow, that's a lot longer than I would have thought. So it's like, hopefully it helps people out there just slow down. Because I feel like the most feedback we get on social media or like in messages or whatever, of course, everybody wants him and Terry in their pockets. Like, hey, I hit this deer. Like, can you help me track it? But it is crazy how many people track so fast, you know,
So
and then they have
fast.
no idea what happened. And it's like, if you have a liver hit deer and they're sick and they're bedded 100 yards from where you shot them, if you immediately went in, like, they're already not in that bed, you know? So like your track, it's hard to even gauge anymore, right? Like, you're not starting fresh. So I think the main thing that deer cast track is helpful is like slow down
Big time.
and do it smart.
And believe it or not, heart shots are also tricky. That distance between
Yeah.
heart, double lung, and liver is about 4 inches there in the low part of the cavity. It's weird. Like, the more I hunt, the more I prefer to be center line to above a little bit because most of those arteries are higher in that cavity. Down low, that's where you run into some tricky timing, especially heart to liver right there. It's just very close.
We've had a couple low heart shots and they're really hard.
They're
tough
tricky.
tracks,
Heart shots are tricky.
which is crazy to me that you can send an arrow through a heart.
Yeah, they keep running.
Yeah,
They do.
because all in
Wow.
Tracker
And
John,
if you-
I think, right?
Yeah,
said
Tracker John always
that all
says
the
that
arteries are
trickiest
in the
hits,
upper half.
because it's just a big muscle. Unless you hit the aortic leading
Yeah.
into the heart, which is instant or within seconds, then it's just a muscle that takes a little while. So it's tricky.
Tail up, tail down. So, you know, what I've heard in the past, if you shoot a deer, his tail goes down, it runs off. It's a hurt very badly. Tails up, that's not so much the case. I've seen both things happen, and I've been wrong in both scenarios.
Same.
Yeah.
But that is the common practice, right? Tail down.
Sick.
You mentioned tail. It's
Yeah.
hit well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you couple tail down with a head in a lower position, that's generally a good thing. That head up is a bad thing.
Okay.
If he's really, really head up when they
Just
run
trying
off.
to like figure out what's
Yeah.
happening versus real pain.
Those
I
fatally
think.
hit deer, their head almost always goes into a straight to down position when they run off.
Yeah.
Now
That and when they start losing their wheels right away is a good thing too. They're losing blood pressure. But like a liver hit deer, they'll lose blood pressure immediately and then they'll regain it through time. And then they strengthen up and it takes them a little while. But the immediacy of it can fool you because a lot of times they'll lose their gears a little bit when they're running out and their tail end goes down a little bit and then they'll get out there and stop, stand around, and they regain their composure and then they'll walk off. Liver hit deer generally don't run very far though.
Now, you're tracking a deer, the blood trail dries up. What's your guys' method then?
When you say dries up, you mean
Just no more
peters
blood.
out?
Yeah.
Oh,
Back
oof,
out.
dog
No,
usually.
Dog. Yeah.
Dog, back out and dog if you can.
Dog or a drone if it's legal.
Yeah.
Some states it's legal, some it's
Have
not.
you guys had good luck with the drones?
Yeah, quite a bit.
And
Yeah.
are you guys using thermal on them or
Yeah,
what's
certainly.
okay.
Yeah.
And
I wish that was a tool that something every state, that every state would
Yeah.
be into, because it's like
gotta
you
make
do
sure
have
it's
those
legal.
tracks where you're out of blood, or sometimes like when we go down in Texas, you can have a solid blood trail and still barely see it.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
tough
just like
tracking
dirt
down there.
just
That
sucks it up.
drone does allow you. You're just obviously seeing so much ground, but it's like it just gives you another oomph to hopefully find the
It
animal.
does,
You
yeah.
know, I know it's not legal in many states, but
Yeah. where it is, I think it should be legal everywhere. But the problem is you got people using it for the wrong way.
Unfortunately.
But you got to police yourself.
Yeah. Have you guys used the drones at all?
No, but we have we use dogs in Kentucky.
A tremendous tool.
The dogs are pretty incredible.
Tremendous tool. If you've got access to one, you're better off just to go from the start with a dog.
If you're unsure, we just wait either really late at night or first thing in the morning and just take the dogs out at night. Let them do their work.
This podcast was brought to you by Outsider. Check us out at www.outsider.com. Outsider is an outdoor lifestyle brand owned and operated by me, retired Navy SEAL Sam Mackey, and my dear friend and former NFL quarterback Jay Cutler. At Outsider, we encourage everyone to get outside and enjoy all that life has to offer. Head over to outsider.com to check out our unique patent-pending drinkware. Outsider's drinkware can be customized with your personal or business logo. Go to outsider.com, upload your logo, and we will send you visual proofs and great wholesale pricing. And don't forget, get outside and enjoy all that life has to offer.
We have a thick coyote issue, which makes it hard too. You know, it's like you don't want to push the animal or anything, but you got we've gotten to many deer where it's like, how is this even possible? Yeah. In Texas one year, his main farm manager, Wade, I mean, what was the time between that? Like, shot the buck, smoked him. We get out, go track him.
Within an hour, he was
within
clean.
an hour, completely clean.
Well, do you remember the one?
And it's like, how fast do you want? You know,
an
it's
hour?
like,
oh yeah.
Yes.
Remember the one you double lunged? We were in the blind still. It was within 2 or 3 minutes, and they were on him already.
We're like filming, doing the reaction, like adrenaline's still going, and all of a sudden, I mean, just this whole pack of coyotes is lighting up, and I'm like, and we're just kind of looking at each other and we're like, we gotta go. I mean, we literally ran them off of the deer. And I just shot him.
Ran on that blood trail as quick as we could get to him. They finally shut up, and right where they were is where he was, and we got him off of him.
Texas is crazy for coyotes.
They're good at living, those coyotes are, man.
Yeah.
I've had one picked clean in Texas before, but it was overnight, you know?
Yeah.
And
which seems more reasonable than...
But a freaking hour, that's impressive.
It's probably coincidental. I mean, they just got lucky. The coyotes got lucky, you know?
Yeah.
If you guys had to choose one factor, whether it be moon phase, barometric pressure, weather, what would you go off of?
For deer hunting? Like movement?
Yep.
Oh, barrow.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I'm like, the moon phase definitely dictates like when you're actually going to see movement.
Yeah.
But depending on best days to hunt, we always look at the pressure.
For sure, pressure.
And is that different per geographic location, or are you just looking to like above 30, you know?
It differs seasonally. So earlier in the season, high pressure might be like 29.95 to 30.05. But then in the winter, it might take pressure of 30.2, 30.3, or 30.4 to equate what was 29.95 in terms of how it affects the whitetail. So it varies per season.
Interesting. So food plots, what do you guys, what's your method for food plots? What do you guys plant? What do you like to plant? And I know that's different depending on what state you're in and everything like that, but your guys' farm or ranch, what do you guys like to plant?
I mean, my big go-to is clover, and I find it, one of the things I like about clover is that protein is there for them in the spring when it's so important for them to get back on food. And it's the first thing to green up. Clover fields are just awesome all around. They're easy to establish. They do well in small plots. A lot of times guys are limited on size, but we like them all. My top four would be corn, beans, daikon deer radishes, and clover, if I had to pick four.
Let's say that's a little bit seasonal too. Like our early season bow hunts are usually on green. Then you're getting into the late season cold stuff. You got your rifle out, usually on grain.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about baiting?
If it's legal, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Maybe whatever's legal. I don't care.
Kentucky, my farm's in Kentucky, so you can bait up there.
Yeah.
Can't in Tennessee. But they changed the rule last year. You can't feed at all from start of turkey till August 1. But then August 1, you can fill the feeders back up and bait all through the year.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't make it's
But
Kentucky.
I don't have trouble with it. I mean, if it's legal.
Yeah.
A lot of people, That's one of those topics. It's like broadheads or politics.
Yeah.
You throw it out there, you're going to get a vast
Some
array
people
of
even like
very terse opinions.
will claim that a food plot's baiting. It's like depends on your
It went
definition of
went
baiting,
from
but
baiting
it's
to food plots. Yeah,
like
yeah. We get hammered all the time over food plots. It's like, it's habitat improvement, and you're helping all wildlife.
Yeah, but I mean, we could have feeders full, and if acorns are dropping,
That's what I was just about to
they're
say.
still not going to be at your feeder.
they're not the feeders at all. I mean,
It's
they're
still
not in
a
the
wild
woods.
animal at the end of the day. They're going to do what they want to do.
They're only going to be effective certain times of the year.
Yeah, exactly.
We were sitting there, or I was sitting there hunting at his ranch earlier this year, and waiting on one particular deer. No deer in the field, and just behind me, I could just hear the acorns falling.
You're like, well,
nothing's coming out of the timber right now. Out, especially this early, 4:30 p.m. And it's a tough pill to swallow. When
It
you're
is.
hearing all that,
We have many
and I
of
know
those
him and Luke have put in, tons of work getting the food plots good, you get the feeders filled, everything's just pristine and beautiful, and they're just back in the woods eating acorns.
Yep.
Gotta
And
move
the
in the
weather's
woods then.
prime. Everything feels right. You go home and you're like, well,
Mark, when did you guys start filming hunts?
88, and then we released our first videos in 89.
Did you know it was going to blow up into what it is now?
Oh no.
Why'd you guys start filming?
There weren't many people filming back then.
Sure.
And I was a turkey caller. I did a lot of competitive calling back then. And Denny Gullis released a tape that was called Hunting Spring Gobblers with Denny Gullis. And I rented that thing and I watched it and listened to his calling, And I went to Terry. Terry's 10 years older than me.
Okay.
So I would have been like 22, 21, 22. And I said, man, if we did this thing, and Denny would never kill the turkeys.
Okay. Just call them in.
You just call them in. I said, if we do this,
it's just like a tease.
What a great friend to have, or brother.
well, that was Denny.
No,
then I went to Terry and I said,
this was
I need money to buy a camera. Let's do this joint venture. We'll
Sure.
split the camera. But if we call them in and kill them, it's going to do well.
Yeah.
That was my premise.
Okay.
And we did. And we did King of the Spring, and then we did the Sound of Spring and released them in 89. And King of the Spring was
VHS.
Yeah.
rental tape. Everything was rental.
Blockbuster.
And we did Sound of Spring. So I knew all the best callers in the country because I was traveling everywhere, and I had the best guys come. And we did voice and vocabulary on the Sound of Spring, which was, at that time, no one had done that. No one had approached the subject. So they got out of the gates pretty strong. Had a distributor down in Oklahoma by the name of Telemark, and he had a lock on all outdoors distribution. And I sent him both tapes. His name was Sheen Ray, the most crooked guy I ever dealt with. But he also got us our start. But I sent him both tapes. And he called me back and he goes, "These are horse shit. I don't want them."
Why haven't I heard this story?
I don't tell it a lot. So
It's going to be our new line.
the conversation was like 15, 20 seconds, and he was
Really?
off the phone.
Wow.
And I was like, damn, I'm out of business.
Yeah.
As quick as we started, I'm out.
What were you doing for work before that?
Construction.
Okay.
My dad and Terry both in construction. My uncle, the big construction company. So I was a labor and concrete finisher.
Wanting out.
And I was still in college.
I finished some
I
concrete
wanted
my
out
day.
bad. And I love the outdoor industry because I'd been to the NWTF National Convention and called in the finals of the Grand Nationals, and I was like, this is where I want to be.
Yeah.
So I called him back, and I said, Sheen, this is Mark Drury again. And I said, you said you didn't like the tape, but you didn't tell me why.
Sure.
I said,
Valid question.
how can we get better if you don't tell me what you didn't like? He goes, you just said the magic words, get down to my office in Oklahoma City.
Oh, wow.
So Terry and I drove down to Oklahoma City. He took those first two tapes. He paid us $50,000 cash for them, 25 each. And we were in heaven. And then he took every tape we did after that and put us in rental shelves nationwide. And that's how we,
No kidding.
Turkey did okay. We did first 6 videos were turkey, and then we did a deer video called Monster Bucks. And that one really, really got us going. We were off to the races then.
Where were you? How were you guys finding land to hunt?
Permission.
Just friends and
it was
family
permission.
knocking on doors.
Pike County and northern Missouri, and just friends.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And we were just trying to do it different. Most of the stuff was all filmed in pens back then. You know, it was Noel Feather, and I'm not going to say a bunch of other names, but most of them were all in high fence. You know, all those early productions were all very choreographed, very scripted. And we're like, and she tried to get us to go to a high fence, and I said, no, I'm not doing it. And we just did everything in the wild, and our stuff took off, went really, really well.
I mean, you probably didn't have trail cams or anything.
Oh no.
So I mean, you're just literally just out in the woods, just
big tracks, looking for big tracks.
Really.
Which that's so crazy to think about.
It's hard to do. Probably a lot of hours just sitting there being like, all right, nothing.
Yeah.
Grandma always says you basically lived outside.
Yeah, I was never indoors. Terry and I both were just outdoors all the time.
Did you ever put flour on the ground or anything like that to see the tracks better? Mm-mm. Really?
Just, go to the lowest part of topography and find big tracks, and you're close to one.
And when did you guys start doing your own TV show? So,
we started that probably, I don't know, 20 years ago or so.
That's what I was going to say, was roughly 20.
Yeah, it's
I'm
been a minute.
I'm almost 30, so I feel like that's about right.
Yeah, I'd say that's right.
How do your challenges differ from then to now with technology, with deer movement, pressure, more people hunting?
Back then there was no pressure, that's when our dreams were most alive, because it was the dream of doing something great. And now it's like you're there and you have to deliver every year. It's just different. It's a different feeling, especially when employees got into the mix.
Yeah.
There's a different pressure that, it's not just your family. It's not just me and Terry. It's other people's livelihoods that depend on it. So add that to the pressures of social media and a much more of a shotgun approach to, back in the day, like if you wanted an article published, you had to get in front of an editor and then he had to take the article. Same with television, or same with that rental shelf. If she didn't take her tape, you weren't getting on the rental shelf. It was very limited who had space. Then when it came to television, you had to go through Outdoor Channel. You had to go through systems where they were vetting the content. Then with the advent of social media and YouTube, well, hell, it's the wild, wild west.
Yeah.
And you see the quality and the shock and awe turn into it, where we didn't have that back in the day.
Yeah.
Then you went to clickbait, and we stayed the course of trying to be good storytellers and make it about the animal, not ourselves. And that's aged well, but I see a lot of people like doing it I think inappropriately, without respect for the quarry, and that's bothersome to me. And that's a challenge for our social team and our editors to try and maintain stuff that'll perform without shock and awe.
Yeah.
When you guys,
to your point, which is really hard with the situation with the kids and everyone else coming up. I mean, they want shock and awe. I mean, that's what.
Yeah. They do.
That's what they're drawn to for some reason.
That's frustrating.
I think the best thing that we will always have on our side, though, is just ever since the company was founded, ever since you guys were back in the day on your VHS, fast forward to now on social media, is they always stick to information.
Yeah.
So it's like no matter the large appetite that people have for shock and awe or just craziness, whatever, people always love to learn,
Sure.
And it's like when you can go to social media and consume media for free on YouTube and they can learn and it helps them go and kill a deer, just like the app. People use the app and then all these stories come in, like, that's cool. So yeah, maybe our views don't match this crazy shock and awe type channel, but I think when it comes to actually helping people become better hunters and understand the outdoors and understand, whatever it is, whether it's, how to shoot a bow or like simple things, I think that always wins, in my opinion.
I completely agree. I started deer hunting in 2008, and I had to learn everything from YouTube. Like how to break down a deer.
So your family did not hunt?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. And
that's cool.
I got into a deer lease. I was living in Virginia Beach, and a guy in my platoon, he had a friend whose dad was a member of a deer lease. And so I had to, call 5 people to get a hold of him. And then finally ended up getting a hold of him and joining this deer lease. And it was like, hey, yeah, just go up whenever you want. So a lot of times you're up there on your own. So I had to learn, I bought a climber. I'm like, how the hell do I use a climber? I didn't even know what it was. So I YouTube freaking everything, and it worked. Now, to your point, I'm addicted to learning more about hunting, and I just YouTube everything.
That's cool.
Yeah. Back then, when you guys first started filming, was it mainly ground blinds or were
Tree stands?
Tree stands. So
Tree stands with
Like
a lap
all
belt.
yeah,
There was no harness.
All the throwback bucks back in the day, like Skyscraper and all, those are all just like timber hunts.
All
really.
timber. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've evolved.
You guys need to look at these VHSs to see what they look like.
There's no food plots.
They're
then,
like
really.
scenes out of a movie.
No, we'd hunt like field edges.
Yeah.
Or there was clover fields.
Yeah.
I mean, we did some food plots. Even back in the mid '80s, we were doing food plots, but not to the
Extent
level
now.
it's at now. Yeah.
What's your favorite area to hunt? Would it be like river bottom food plots, hardwoods, mesquites, open, closed
Definitely
frame?
not river bottoms. Those river bottoms are tricky. They're tricky to access, and the deer are in there, then they're not. And I really
Wind's
like
weird down
probably somewhere high in topography with the right wind speed, the right weather. I'd just soon be on a ridge, just
Covered.
down on a bottom. But I do hunt bottoms, creek bottoms, more than river bottoms.
You mentioned wind and everything. What is, like, if say it's raining and windy, what is a condition where you're like, you know what, I'm not going to hunt today?
Low
Heavy
pressure.
rains, low pressure,
Yeah. Thick cloud cover?
and departure from normal on temperature. Like if it's really, really warm out, sometimes I'll skip that. Really warm with low pressure is a terrible mixture.
It has to be absolutely just horrid for him not to go hunt. It could be like the worst weather, but he'll give the whole camp a reason as to why everyone should go hunt. He's like, can't kill him if you're not out
That's
there.
a fact.
Okay, well, that's true.
There's 13 variables that go into the algorithm within DeerCast, and I'll look at one of the 13 that's kind of
Yeah,
favorable.
he's like, oh,
That one works.
yeah. And then at the end of the hunt, if it's bad, I'm like, see, we should just listen to the app. And he's like, yeah, but we saw a couple deer.
Yeah, you can validate it. I mean, cameras have changed a lot. Early on, if you were chasing a big deer and the camera wasn't right or the lighting wasn't right, would you just shoot it? Or
No,
you
we've always been disciplined about
Really?
that. Yeah.
See, I would fail in that.
Yeah, I can't remember ever shooting a deer off film
Really?
unless the record button mistakenly
Yeah.
didn't get pressed. I can't remember it.
So always wait for the camera.
Yeah, cameraman pulls the trigger. We say it all the time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cameraman pulls the
The
trigger.
camera's definitely saved some whitetail lives.
Lots.
Where it's just like, might be perfect for the hunter,
Yeah.
but it's just not happening.
Oh, it saves
on,
them.
Whether it's the angle, the light. Deer
Perhaps-
love to move right at last light.
Perhaps
It's
as
like,
many as we've killed.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Perhaps. It's a lot.
Haven't been killed. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's heartbreaking. In a way.
Not if not if your livelihood depends on it.
Yeah.
If she's got an Iowa tag, and it gets punched without it being on film.
What's the point?
What's the point?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For
And
what
honestly,
for what we do.
When you don't know any different, like when it's just like that's the top expectation of the hunt, right?
get
Like
it on
not really
film.
even killing the animal. Whether you're just there having an encounter, the camera has to be on. So it's like it doesn't even really trigger in our brains like that. You know what I mean? Like I never view it as, oh man, like I wish we didn't do what we did so we could have killed the deer. Like that doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just like we'll try again another day.
Yeah, you're
type deal.
disappointed, but
Yeah.
We had Bud Fisher on this week, and he was. We were talking about buck fever because I get bad buck fever. A doe, I can watch a doe, and the moment I'm like, I'm going to harvest this doe. We need some extra meat. The moment I tell myself that, I start shaking. Right, and I have to breathe and get my shit together, and it's a whole process, right? And there's never enough time. And but he brought up a point where he said that he used to do that. Now he doesn't because hunting's work, right? The cameraman has to be doing the right thing. Everything has to fall into place. And, his livelihood's at stake. He has employees, the whole 9 yards. And so now his point was that he doesn't get buck fever because it's just a task at hand, right? And he played hockey. He's like, looking at hockey, I'd be nervous. The moment I'd go out on the ice, the nerves would subside, right? And the same thing happens now. Do you guys still get buck fever or?
Oh, certainly.
Oh, bad.
Yeah, big time.
Terribly.
Me too.
I cannot calm it down at all.
No, Taylor's gotten worse, I think, through time. Like,
I don't know, like, what got it. I swear, ever since I had a child, my emotions are just, I feel buck fever at an all-time high.
sure.
You get it for sure, but you also, like, know how to calm it down and make the shot.
Slow the game down.
Yeah.
Got to slow it down or you're going to screw it up. You know, you if you screw enough
He's
shots
talking to
up
us.
and you have enough disappointing tracks, you mentally figure that out, or you want to avoid that feeling in the future. You know, losing a deer or jumping them or so on and so forth.
I do always try and think of the saying, like Jim Tomey used
Slow
to
the
say,
game down.
slow the game down. I've said that to myself many, many times. Like, okay, you've got to relax.
Just calm down.
I'm not bad if I'm on the gun or the bow. I'm bad if I'm filming for somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh, because,
I was filming for my boys this past season, and you know, you want it so bad to happen for them, and I go back and look at it, and they're like, "Do you get on film?" I'm like, "No, didn't get it." So, I mean, it's literally, I'm just like this. Like,
you definitely get high emotion when we're hunting together.
When I'm filming,
Yeah.
he whisper yells at me.
yeah,
She termed the phrase whisper yelling.
I'm like, you've got to calm down because, like, your adrenaline's pouring into my adrenaline.
And then we get mad at each other because something
And then it
wrong.
turns into a fight.
Then we're both whisper yelling.
That happened to me during the first Gold Star Wives hunt when I was with Rebecca. I was hunting with this gal, and unfortunately she had lost her husband. And we're out there and we're talking about that, and she's real pregnant, and crossbow in Kentucky. And I look down, and a small doe walks out, and I tap her. I said, just a couple minutes. I bet Mom's coming here. And then a big doe walks right to the feeder, facing away from us, does a 180, and now it's facing towards us. It's like 35 yards. I'm like, okay. And she's sitting half on her chair. She has a crossbow, very uncomfortable position. And this deer's just not moving. And then the deer does another 180 and walks away from us. And I'm sitting there, I'm trying to laze it. And
You can't.
it's hard to get on it because my hand's shaking so bad. I'm like, okay, 35 yards, 40 yards, 45 yards, 50 yards. I said, do you want me to stop her? She said, yeah. I just yell at this deer, turns, and then she just wallops him. It sounded like it got hit with a wiffle ball bat. And then
crossbows are bad.
Oh yeah, I just lose it. I put my arm around her. I'm like, oh, you smoked her. And then I realized, like, you're 6 months pregnant and you're in a very uncomfortable position. And I just I'm like, I'm so sorry. But I lost my freaking mind.
She's like, I had the most extreme guide ever.
And then I shot my first elk this last year at Jay's place. It still feels unreal, you know, and I've never shot an elk before. It was a very nice bull. It was a great hunt. And I mean, afterwards, he came up to me and he grabbed me. He's like, oh, he just crashed. I could have freaking fainted. Like, I had no words. I was shaking for a month.
And it's hard to find that feeling in anything else in life.
Yeah.
That's the thing that always amazes me. Like, you only get to that level through hunting.
I think it's really the only thing that does that for me.
I haven't found anything else. Perhaps sports. I don't know.
Yeah,
Certain moments, maybe.
Yeah, there's a high. I mean, but not. I mean, that rush at that right after the shot, that short, compact rush is. I mean, it's intense. It's hard to reenact.
Imagine going through life and never getting to feel that, though.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people
Don't.
Ton of people.
And you don't really, you don't even know that you're missing it.
No.
You don't know what it feels like.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I wish it didn't happen to me though. I wish I could get my shit together and make a better shot.
I agree with that.
You make enough bad ones, you'll figure out how to get it together.
Slow down.
Elk hunting is amazing.
I love elk hunting.
Gosh.
It's my favorite.
Is it?
Yeah. I don't think there's. I mean, in the rut, getting an animal that big to come to a call and bugle in your face at 25 yards there's not much like it.
I agree with that. I haven't been much, but the times that I have, I'm like, man, this is insane.
It's like turkey hunting on steroids.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I view it. And I love turkey hunting, so even bigger animals, even more fun.
They're
Yeah.
intimidating animals.
They are.
When they get real close to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Agreed.
we had a spike come in. I don't know, here to the camera and sitting there just breathing. I'm like, that thing just takes a run at me. I'm toast.
Yeah.
Right?
Big time.
They're athletes; they can go. I've got a question on deer ratio. I mean, can you have too many does?
Yeah. Certainly, in terms of what's the metric you're measuring? I mean,
Yeah.
Too many deer in general is bad, just from a social stress. But you have too many does, then you get the out of whack ratio, and then the bucks, they run themselves to death. And, I really like stuff 2 to 1, 2 does to 1 buck, 3 to 1, somewhere in there. I think it's achievable. I mean, most herds are probably in that 4 to 1 ratio.
Yeah.
I would say, or many are.
Yeah,
You get really out of balance, you might see 8, 9, 10 to 1.
Yeah. I think we have too many does in Kentucky. It's just, the hard part is finding people to shoot them.
It's a challenge. It's work.
It comes into work. I mean, to kill 30, 40 does on a farm, it's a lot of work.
It's work.
Do you guys? How do you guys get your numbers? Do you just observe a small portion and go off that ratio, or do you have a biologist fly it? Or
No, we do observation data and keep it every day and trail photos. So we just try to stay on top of it. We started with DMAP in Missouri when it was a pilot program, probably 5 years ago.
You say DMAP?
Yeah.
Okay.
Deer Management Assistance Program. We started when it was a pilot program, and we've stayed within that program. And our herd was like 4.1 to 1, and now this past year we're at like 2.1 to 1. So it's been a really productive program for us. So they allow you permits based on your overall population and based on your ratio. So we work with the state biologist to establish the ratio and the overall population density. And then
Is that in every state?
It's not available in Iowa.
Okay.
But
I haven't heard of it in other states like outside.
Texas has it.
Oh, okay.
In their MLD, but there's certain states that have it, but not a lot. But it's really an awesome tool.
Has that helped with CWD?
CWD's above my pay grade. There's so many. I hate to even go down this path because it's such a hot button for so many people. I'm somewhere between this is catastrophic and we've got to stop it by killing them, and this is the biggest farce I've ever seen. I don't know where it's at. It's above my pay grade, so I don't know if it's helping them or not. Certainly, in theory, from the biologists I know, fewer deer lessens the spread. But has it been around forever and we're just now discovering it, or is it truly the epidemic that some of them paint it? I don't know.
It's a great lens to look at. I haven't thought of it like that.
Yeah.
I feel like EHD has been more of a threat. I mean, that we know, I guess we don't know, but
Agreed.
An apparent threat, when you're finding animals dead
It certainly-
at water and things like that.
Certainly takes a lot more lives than CWD.
Yeah.
Calibers. When you first started hunting, what bow and what caliber did you use? And has that differed to what caliber and bow you use now? Obviously with technology it has, but.
I'll let Taylor answer that one.
Yeah, I started shooting I guess a lot of my first deer that I shot with the rifle was just a little 243. And I shot that thing forever too. I mean, it just shot so well, barely any recoil, which was nice. I shot my first deer when I was 8 with a rifle. And then fast forward a little bit, I shot my first deer with a bow at 12. And that was just like a little kid's Browning bow,
Yeah,
right?
30 pounds.
30 pounds?
Oh,
Did it? No
from a tree
kidding.
stand.
She started in the low 20s,
Yeah,
and we just worked and worked and worked. She
Yeah.
finally got to where she could shoot 30,
yeah.
and got her up in a tree stand, and she was shooting so well.
Yeah.
And this deer came in, and 3-year-old, and she just smoked it at like 12 yards.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I still remember it like
I
it
cried.
was yesterday.
I did.
I would
cried.
too.
I grabbed her. I was bawling because we had worked so hard.
Oh, it was a thing. Like, went to school, came home, go to the basement, and put in reps.
Shot the window out of the basement.
I shot the window out of the basement. Yeah. Many crying attacks and go upstairs because I couldn't get my bow back or whatever. Because obviously it was like I had to get to 30, and just being younger, it took me a while to get there, but yeah, so that was just a kid's bow. What are you going to say? I know
Drawing
you're
her
going to say
bow,
something.
the release goes up.
She shoots I still remember that. I think
She looked at me, and I looked at her like, oh, shit.
oopsies. But yeah, it is crazy to look at like how the technology has evolved, especially within archery. Since I'm almost 30, so I guess 18 years ago was when I started bow hunting.
Are you guys Hoyt or Matthews?
We're Matthews.
Okay.
And just the technology is incredible in these bows.
My first bow was a PSE.
Yeah,
a PSE
we shot
Nova.
PSE for a long time.
Yeah.
They're putting out. It used to be like kind of one bow a year. Now it's just. There's so many coming out. Carbon, aluminum.
Yeah.
Technologies.
And so many good ones.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Just how lightweight they've made them. And it's like being a female, it's just like, it's crazy how fast they still are, even at low pound, with a low poundage. You don't have to go shoot 60 pounds to get through a deer.
No.
But yeah, kudos to their team for just innovating every single year. I am always amazed by that. It's like every year they come out with something new.
Different.
Like, how's this possible?
It's unbelievable.
It is.
How would you like to be an archery engineer with the president?
I would not.
Come up with something new.
That's
Fast.
great. What's the next one? Go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sam's still rocking his Z7 from 2010 or 11.
Hey, it shoots.
It cost me a lot of money at the time. I was about to deploy. I'm like, you know what? I'll buy this and bring it on deployment and learn how to shoot it and get good. Right? And so that's what I ended up doing. And I got it restrung for the first time last year. And the thing still drops dimes.
Oh, I was like, this thing's gonna blow up in your face. You need
It's
to
just
do
all
something.
frayed and fuzzy.
And I shot the piss out of it. Then we go up to Big Sky for the Total Archery Challenge.
Yeah.
And everyone has, these new sexy bows. And I feel like I'm carrying around a dinosaur,
everyone's got stabilizers.
Everyone's like, what's that?
He's got this little Z7 just rocking around.
And I love when people have like the best new stuff and I can outshoot them with mine. I'm like, I hope it doesn't blow up. I don't know. But yeah.
Those total archery challenges are no joke.
Yeah, there's some people who can shoot.
Oh my gosh, it's incredible how people can shoot.
Yeah, and
they're dropping like 80 to 120 yard bombs, and I'm like, I can't even see that.
Yeah, the first one. I remember the first year we were there, and the first one was like 112, and I was like, what are we doing?
Like, how do I do that?
I don't even have a pin for this.
I knew nothing about it, so I had to look it up. And I was talking to a friend, and he's like, yeah, some of the shots are 100 yards. I'm like, well, I only have a 60-yard pin. He's like, no, there's sights now you can get and you dial, all the way out to 100. I'm like, oh shit, now I have to go buy a new sight. So I went and bought a new sight for this thing.
Sam walks halfway to the target.
He's like,
I don't
be up there, boys.
I don't have a pin that goes that far.
And then we were losing arrows that first year. I'm like, there's $4 gone.
Yeah.
Another 4 gone.
Yeah, I think there was 18 or 24. I call them holes, but targets, along the course. And on hole 8, I was down to 1 arrow.
Trying to find arrows on the course and fit.
And I made it all the way through with 1 arrow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do they have crews that go in after the fact and pick them all up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
You say it's hundreds.
Yeah, and then they sell
maybe thousands.
they sell the targets in at the end.
Oh, okay.
There's one coming they're bringing it back in Tennessee.
Yep.
And I think there's one in Kentucky this year too.
And they're moving Big Sky to somewhere else in Montana, and I forget the name of it.
Big Sky is really
that
pretty.
sucks.
I went there
gorgeous.
once for a family vacation, but it's stunning.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. There's usually a total archery challenge by us too in Park City.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Utah.
there is. Yeah, I heard that's. Have you been to that one?
I did not shoot in it, but I went to watch because I can't shoot at 100 yards.
Yeah.
Really pretty. But I did hear like a lot of the people saying that's one of the harder courses because of the elevation that they have. They have it on some really rocky, steep stuff. Yeah, it looks fun. I just haven't.
It's a good opener to like get warmed up for bow season coming up. So that's why it gets you shooting your bow, during
Maybe
the
I
summer.
should do it.
Whether you're trekking in the backcountry, bird hunting, or just chasing squirrels in the backyard, your dog needs fuel that can keep up with the adventure. And that's where Montana Dog Food comes in. Born in the heart of Big Sky Country, this isn't just dog food. It's adventure-grade nutrition. Crafted with responsibly sourced ingredients from the western U.S. and freeze-dried to lock in every ounce of goodness, Montana Dog Food Company delivers clean, powerful fuel for your pup's wild side. No shortcuts, no synthetic junk, just premium, nutrition-packed meals and treats designed to support strong muscles, healthy joints, and endless energy, whether you're trekking trails or snuggling by the fire. So give your dog the food that fuels their adventurous spirit. Go to montanadogfoodco.com and feed your dog the best. What about rifle calibers? You mentioned 243. What do you shoot now?
Gosh, it kind of depends like on the state,
Depends
but the
what-
270 I would say is my favorite gun.
That's
The
my
Winchester
favorite round. That or a
270.
6.8.
Yeah.
We shoot a 350 Legend as well in Iowa. Straight
Yeah.
ball cartridge.
But the 270 is hard to beat.
I
mean,
love
it's
270
deadly.
for
Really?
for
Oh,
deer.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's vicious.
Yeah.
What type of optics do you guys prefer?
Loophole.
Loophole.
Okay. Any
Just-
like 1 to 10, 2 to 15, or 3 to 15?
I really like that
10 to-
VX6. It's like a 4 to 15. I mean, it's a hell of an optic, man. It's really, really nice.
Their stuff is just incredible.
Turkey gun, I shoot a 1.5 to 4.
If you guys ever make it out to Oregon, you should do the tour.
Really?
American made. It's awesome,
I mean,
man.
it is.
It's the best optics out there as far as I'm concerned. And
Yeah.
that factory, there's 700 people in that thing. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
But
What a
you get
tour.
to watch a start to finish, and then it's like, I mean, they're creating their own glass. They have just everyone in house. It's
so impressive.
You can't even explain it.
They
Yeah.
have the custom turrets too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's that makes it.
I did a
so
a
easy.
shooting event. When was that?
2 years ago?
No, like a year ago.
Yeah, it was last summer.
And it was pretty cool because it was just like a 48-hour deal in Oregon on one of their like, open ranges. And I showed up and it's like, I'm like, okay, yes, I've shot guns my whole life, but it's like I shoot at 200 yards.
Yeah, yeah.
250, I guess. Like out to a deer. We get there. We shot over 1,000 rounds. Right, am I saying that right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I was like, I need to get my numbers right. And we were shooting out to like 1 and 2 miles.
Yeah.
Which
Really?
when I went there, I was like, I don't know if I will be able to do this. And they were like, just trust us. Like once you get to know the optics and you've become so familiar with them, you understand that there's a side to the optics that like you utilize within this type of shooting. It was the most amazing event. Like I left and I was like, damn.
Ping sealed 1,000 yards is fun.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I had a bruise on my shoulder.
Her shoulder was bruised. She
What
shot
caliber were you shooting?
The 270.
Okay.
Yeah, because of we work tight with Winchester, and so Matt and I, which is my cousin, we both shot the Winchesters. Some like Greg Rich showed up with this like custom build gun. Chad Mendez had like a custom gun, so kind of like shot those too. But yeah, it was just amazing. But to learn like those turrets and the wind and just everything that goes into it, I was like, I had no idea that that's what these long range shooters like have up against them. You know, like it's really not just putting a crosshair on an animal. Not that that's easy, but long range shooting, I just gained a huge respect for people that can shoot at those distances.
Do you like minutes of angle or
Sam was
mils?
a sniper for the SEALs, so this is
I
right up
need
his alley.
lessons.
Do you have a preference on minutes of angle or mils, or did you guys get into that?
We got into it a little bit, but I had someone with me. Like the wind was bad that day in
Yeah.
Oregon. It was like 15 miles per hour, whatever, and we're shooting at like 2 miles.
Yeah.
And
so you're holding like 27 left.
Oh yeah. So that we get to the intimidating part too. So like we're all on a line on our stomachs, and we couldn't have like our teacher next to us. We just had to guess it. But you had to call out what you were doing before. And then like we're all on our scope watching where they hit. Did they hit the plank or did they hit the dirt? And then you had 5 seconds to call out what you're going to do, and you had to adjust based on how you just watched, and you just go down a line without. It was like one of the most intimidating things. I was like, this is hard. But yeah, I just felt more confident with a gun, like gun hunting after the event, because I'm like, I understand the actual rifle and the optic a lot better.
Didn't you guys have to do something where you got the sniper fired and then you had to call him
Yeah,
in
and
without,
that's what I was just thinking. Like what you did is a really good drill, right?
Yeah.
If everyone communicates the same way,
Yeah.
right? Or speak the same language.
Yeah.
For example, like, hey, we're going to talk minutes of angle.
Yes.
We're going to call out like, hey, this is my elevation. This
Yeah.
is what I'm holding for wind.
Yeah.
Boom, and then you can. Does that person, after you shoot, did you call out your mistake to the person to your right?
No.
Okay,
So-
so they have to watch.
Yeah, you're calling out, okay, 15 minutes to the left.
Yeah.
Then you shoot it, and then you immediately come out of your gun, and then that person has 5 seconds to decide how they're adjusting. They call it out, and then have to shoot.
We did something similar in sniper school. It was called which is called a spotter test, right? So
Okay.
the shooter would be laying down, and let's just say the target's at 800 yards.
Yeah.
And like it'd be a CNS and or a full E-type silhouette. And the instructor would come up and turn the turrets, right? So
Yeah.
he'd dial your dope.
To where you didn't know, like it was
and the
just
instructor
all-
would come up and mess everything up.
Yeah.
And then you as a spotter, you're behind him and you're on the glass, and he shoots, and you have to watch that trace and watch that bullet, then correct him to
Oh
center.
my gosh.
And
That's crazy.
my guy is one of my great friends. He was shooting, and I'm like, wham! I see the vapor trail go well over the target. I'm like, I don't know, down 15 minutes, left 3. He does that. You know, it was something Jurassic. I don't know if it was
Yeah.
8 minutes or 15. I forget. And then the next one, boom, like high chest. I'm like, no, down a
Amazing.
half a minute.
Wow.
Boom. And
That's
just,
a cool-
I mean, a lot of it was luck too, like
Yeah.
guessing the distance of the vapor trail over the target and like how
Right.
much, you know, all of that. But it was a very proud moment for myself, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a really, really good drill, and it teaches you a lot. You learn just as much behind the shooter than you do behind the gun. You know,
Yeah.
once you start learning how to call trace and call wind and watch that vapor trail and see what that bullet looks like as it drops down into the target, and when you can lose it, you know, whether it be an animal and or
Yeah.
a target, and how high or low. There's a lot that goes into that, and there's
a
some
ton that
guys
goes
out
in.
there. I would say
Yeah.
the civilian shooters are the best. The guys that just really, really get into it.
Yeah.
They have. You can learn a lot from those guys for
That's
sure.
so cool.
Yeah, but that's a really good drill that you just
I
mentioned.
mean, it was fun. I think a lot of those guys that, I mean, they all work for Loophole now, but most of them, you know, were in the military, so that's probably where the background came from. Because really, the overall course is. I mean, they designed this entire course, but yeah, it's like you go to a starting point. You're on a team. I had Chad Mendez on my team. Luckily, the dude can shoot. Like, just he's crazy. But yeah, you go to your starting point.
Somewhere he's going, I got stuck with Taylor Drury.
He's like, takes. No, sometimes I would just turn around. I'm like, Chad, help! Like, where's the target? But they would have you go to the starting point, and you would have 30 seconds, and you'd have to identify like all targets. And obviously, we had I forget what they're called, like the things on
Kestrel.
our yeah.
Yep.
Where you ride on them.
Oh no, a risk coach.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So it's like you'd find all 3 targets, write the distances down, and then we had to put rangefinder away, optics away, and then you had to go to the 3 spots that they marked and shoot from there. But it was up to you to do your turret on your own. It was hard. Like I was like, man, this is crazy.
We had to measure targets, or you have to know, you know, how big the thing is that you're measuring, right? So
Yeah.
like an E-type silhouette, I think it's 24 inches by 24, and the CNS is 8 by 12 or 8 by 11. So you have to know that, and or a car tire, you know, you have to be really close. Then you measure it in mils, and then you have to do. Can't do this right now, but then it turns into a long division problem. So before sniper school, my wife had to reteach me long division. I'm like, 'cause
Really?
they didn't let us use calculators or anything. And then once you pass a certain test, then you're able to use a calculator. But before that, you had to mill it and
Wow.
kill it. So you have to get your distance by
Mill it
milling
and
it,
kill it.
and then do your division,
Yeah.
long division problem. And you're under the gun. You only have so much time, and then get on it and make your shot. And the math was definitely the hardest part for me.
Oh, I bet.
But as soon as I got that T95 or whatever it was, I was,
It's like, if I got a
shitting tall
calculator.
cotton. I'm like, oh yeah, buddy,
Got that Texas,
745 yards. Let's go.
that Texas Instruments.
That's it.
saved
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Wow. That's just crazy to think about.
I remember in math class when we first got those things, there was a notes section, so you could put all of your like equations and stuff for algebra and stuff in the notes. teachers weren't keen to that yet. Coal bucks. I mean, we've got, you know, if you're trying to grow big deer, like 8s aren't going to score as big as 10s, obviously, but we have so many 8s. I mean, can you get rid of enough of them to get to a point where you have more 10s and 8s, or just kind of the property is the genetics?
It depends on the laws. Most laws are so restrictive, it's probably not realistic.
Yeah, unless you have a ton of hunters, I guess.
Unless you got a ton of hunters, that's the other way, and then you got to trust them to shoot the right deer and so on and so
Exactly.
forth. So it's a challenge.
I know, and we have some 8s that, I mean, I killed one 2 years ago. I mean, I think he scored like 165 or something. I mean, he had a bunch of stickers and stuff. I mean, he was went from like just a mainframe 8 to ugly and just, I mean, look like more like a mule deer. So I mean, we've had success with them. It's just you can only see so many 8s on camera. And it's just like another 8, another 8.
Yeah, and that
another
genetic
8.
may have been there before you
Yeah.
took over. Sometimes it's just it's what it is.
What
But
the cards are.
my experience is once a deer reaches 5.5, they're all pretty appealing,
Yeah.
regardless of what's on their head.
Sure.
And some guys call them culls or whatever, and they probably are in the truest sense. But I mean, they're still big. They're big to somebody's eyes.
That's very, very true. If you had one state you had to hunt in for the rest of your hunting life, which state?
I'm saying Iowa.
Yeah,
Iowa.
It's I mean, just the genetics and everything there. Hard to compare
it's
to
unreal.
anything else.
I think it's
Missouri's a
state-driven.
close second for me. Missouri.
Yeah, certainly. I think it's state driven with their laws. They're very,
Yeah.
very good. It's the gun season doesn't happen until like December the 6th or 7th. The rut's come and gone. They're back to where they're bed to feed, and it really
Is it
has
one buck state?
If you're a resident, it's a $2 state.
Okay.
If you're a resident landowner, it's a $3 state.
Oh wow.
But non-res, it's pretty difficult to draw.
Draw
I
a
mean,
tag,
you-
yeah.
Non-res,
like
it's-
5-6 points now.
Oh, wow.
To
Yeah.
get one tag.
To get an archery tag, it's 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
No kidding.
My husband just drew for the first time, and it took him 6 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then do you get an outfitter or do you go public?
Just our
farms.
It's farms, yeah.
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 He's the outfitter.
Some days I feel like it. Austin killed a nice one though.
He did. He killed a really big deer.
Yeah.
So I heard that every deer naturally wants to become an 8-point, and then like you can cold bucks and get them out get that gene out. Is that true?
Like I think it'd take a long time. I mean, down in Texas where they have MLD tags, maybe you could
Yep.
do it, but most states would be too restrictive, I would think, to do it right.
But does every deer naturally want to be an 8-point?
I think it's genetically.
Yeah.
I'd see a randomness no matter where I go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to me in general, like the better the genetic state, the greater the odds that you're going to see something with 10, 12 points. The lesser the genetics, the greater the odds you're going to see like an 8-point. So it probably has to do with genetics and soil and more things than what they want to be.
If you could pick 1 week to harvest an animal, what week would that be? Like
For whitetails?
Yeah.
Last week of October.
Okay. Why is that?
Halloween.
Where I live.
Okay.
They're not with the does yet.
Yeah.
And testosterone's getting to the point where they start to daylight. If you get cold weather in late October, you can kill a really big target buck in the Midwest.
Really?
It's my fair. I to the point I really dislike the rut anymore. I much rather hunt in October.
So pre-rut.
Get them before they get with the doe, and
like-
they're still coming to food because they know what's coming, and they're very killable over food in October if you get cold weather.
You were tagged out before the rut even started this year.
I was tagged out October 17th or
Yeah.
18th, something like that.
What's the biggest whitetail you've killed?
Myself?
Yes.
I killed one that was 216 and another that was 217.
Mega.
Low fence? Or no
Oh, yeah.
fence?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't do any hunting.
Wow. Where was that at?
Like Terry says, even our low fences suck. They're not very good. We don't have cattle or anything.
Where-
They're both in Iowa.
Really? When how long ago was this?
I killed them back to back, 15 and 16.
Yeah.
Really?
Solid run.
Had him on camera,
Yeah, for sure.
so
Yeah.
you knew you were going after him.
Yeah, I was hunting both of them.
What were they the year before?
Bucktober was probably a 195-ish type deer,
So
and
he was already a tank.
Danger was probably about the same. He didn't do much between 4 and 5.
Did you hunt him? So you didn't hunt him then though.
Every year we take a catch a dream, and 2 years in a row I hunted him with a catch a dream child, and he didn't step out. And they ended up killing a different deer, and then I killed him. I killed him on my anniversary, October 21st of a morning, coming back to bed.
Danger.
Danger.
Yeah.
That same year, but we tried to get him for the catch a dream child. I always hunt the biggest deer I know of, and this year we actually made it happen with Lainey. She killed a giant.
Yeah,
That's
she
awesome.
did.
She killed a really big.
How big
deer.
was it?
It was right at 170.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
What is the biggest mistake that you see people making when they're going after mature deer?
Intrusion. They misinterpret a deer's ability to know they're being hunted. Just trouncing. Just it just scaring them and don't know. Deer don't let you know. More often than not,
Yeah.
they don't let you know they're on to you. They'll just stay in their bed. You know, you almost got to run over them to kick them up, but they know you're there. Like, just people intrude way too much.
Do you guys use any of the 360 game cameras now?
I had 6 of them out this year from Stealth.
What do you think of them?
Loved them. Yeah, they were awesome.
Is there any do's and don'ts when you're setting up a game camera, for example, like, hey, you don't want to put it here because of X, Y, and Z, or you want to put it here because of X, Y, and Z?
The biggest mistake I see people make is not a great view, you know, or it's too high, it's too low, the angle's this way or it's that way, you know. We really, really work on our views to have it at the right height, which is just about belt line, and then make sure it's parallel to the topography. If you're in a flat spot, make sure it's parallel to that. If it's up a hill, make sure you're pointing up or down. There's no excuse to take a bad picture. I clear everything out in front of the camera. And I think if there's a mistake you can make, I try to avoid really tight pinch points. Like, if the deer's using it and you aim to kill him there, don't put a camera there where he's getting an IR or flash, whatever it is. I try to avoid those really nice pinch points and putting a camera on. It's tempting, but I think you're better off to get away from that, you know, because I do think it affects them.
Yeah, you said intrusion on a mature deer. So, like, how do you get into your stand more times than not?
Just through time, you learn where they bed, and I'm right on the edge of that bedding area. Always, it's a food source.
But do you walk in? Do you get dropped off?
No, well, sometimes drop off, but more often not walk.
But I would say, I mean, over the last couple of years, like, our access trails have gotten more and more hidden. Like, very rarely are we like walking through the middle of the plot or through the middle of the field. I mean, we're coming in, you know, with the wind in our face the entire time.
And rarely do we spook a deer.
Rarely.
If I am, I'm backing away.
And even like the access is so hidden where it's like if you are getting to the blind, you're running a tad late and there's a couple does out there, you can almost still get up half the time.
If there's wind speed, you can get there.
Yeah. Just by not simply walking right in the dead center of where everything can see you.
Yeah, we're really, and access varies based on time of year. Leaves are on, leaves are off. It's 2 different accesses. So I am really anal about access. Like, I'm a freak about it.
And
like,
we hunt the wind right.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm a freak about wind.
rarely push it.
Yeah. So if wind's wrong, you're not hunting that stand.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
For the most part, no.
No, not a tree stand. Maybe if it's a blind and a light wind,
get away with that.
Yeah, it really reduces your scent profile, but a tree stand certainly not.
Keep the windows closed.
Yeah, I just never, you know, a successful season to me is if at the end of the year, I feel like not one deer knew I was there. That's a successful year, which is impossible, right? But that's the goal.
If he hears a doe blow, it's
Oh
like,
my.
I mean, the mood is gone. The rest of his day is shot, and he won't talk the whole time. It's like, oh
Beat
shit!
my head against the truck window.
I mean, he loses his mind.
I had a buck this year.
Because they ruin the hunt.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's over.
they do.
It's over.
You just spent 3 days waiting for
Yeah.
that condition. You get there, it's the worst.
I was hunting this fall and had a nice buck walk out, and we had great wind, and it was blowing and walking across this field the whole time, and I've never seen that before. What would cause that?
She might have seen something else, you know.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
might be smelling a bobcat. Bobcats are the worst, you know.
The worst.
They do not
Coyote.
like bobcats.
Yeah. Honestly, anything that's not a whitetail, they stare at like they've
Or
never
even other
seen it
whitetails
before.
they'll blow
Yeah,
at.
they
They're
do.
so stupid.
Deer are finicky for
Yeah.
sure, especially if there's
they
no
have
wind.
to be to live.
Do you guys primarily hunt like ladder stands or box stands or
More box blinds than anything.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people put mannequin heads in there to get the
Really?
deer used to like.
I've seen that as well.
I've
we
never
have
heard
it.
that.
Yeah, we have it. I mean, we just keep dark back cover, and that
Yeah.
generally works well. And
Yeah.
lack of movement, we just don't move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're moving like crazy, it's like you're gonna get caught. It's an animal.
What about scent control compared to when you started hunting to now?
I'm a freak.
Really? what do you do?
You name it. Ask her.
Ozone?
Oh yeah,
Everything.
everything. Yeah, everything. Like I
Like
said,
scent-free
a good
soap.
season is they never knew you were there. Like
Yeah.
scent-free soap, multiple showers.
But it's like that's why you've
Ozone
had the
bath.
success that you've had.
Till
I
we
mean,
kill
some
'em.
people laugh, some people say it's crazy, but
Yeah.
it's like if you check every single box to be absolutely scent free,
Sure.
to hunt the wind right, to know your access, all those things, it's like when you have so many things on your side, they eventually work out.
It finally pays off.
But you're a crazy freak about scent free. Everybody has to be scent free, or else he's not going to go.
I won't hunt with them. No, not if they're not scent free.
So, strategy, like when you have a mature buck on camera and you have your, like, hey, I know he's going to be here, wind's right, and you got there and he's not there. I would like to hear your point of view on strategy. Like, hey, he's not coming to the food plot, or he's not coming here. Let's change it up. What do you like to change up, and what's your initial strategies, and what would you change to?
I'm more on like consistency in terms of if the weather's right and the wind's right, and I feel like I got in and out. He just didn't show. Well, he's just being a deer, you know. So I'm going to continue to hunt him when it's right until he finally screws up. I'm a big numbers guy.
Okay.
Like the more you hunt him without him knowing you're there, you are increasing your odds to kill him the next sit. If you see him and don't kill him, you just decreased your odds for the next several sits because they just don't do the same thing every day. So I'm a big probability guy.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how I killed Bucktober. I had, like, the weather was going to hell, but I needed a south wind to kill him. And it was like November the 7th, and the next, like, 10 days were south winds, and I was like, I'm going to kill him. I just knew I did, and I killed him, like, the third day. Because I had the perfect access. I knew where he was bedding because I had pre-scouted him the year before, and I just kept going to the same stand every day. Sure enough, here he come one day following a doe.
And the stand even, like, fell.
Yeah, we fell down in the box blind. The damn thing fell over. Yeah.
The whole blind fell.
It was a remote, like on a trailer.
Yeah.
And I was on this side hill. I knew I was pushing it, and Wade and I are sitting there, and we have these outriggers that hold it in place, and we're like leaning forward, and it's where the blind needed to be to kill him because of a pinch point. And all of a sudden, one of the bolts that holds the outrigger in place, we heard it go, and we looked at each other, and the blind just starts going.
It's like you're pretty high up on.
Oh shit! Yeah. Wade and I are just going down. All the glass comes flying in on us. I'm laying there. Wade's on top of me. I look over to my left. There's a rage broadhead. And I'm like, Jesus.
The things we do.
Oh. So we get out, and this was before cell cams. And he said, "Think we ought to check that car?" And I go, "Yeah, we should." And I'm my back's hurting, and I'm a little
like a car wreck.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean that's
Hell yeah. So we pull that card, go back to the house. He's all over at daylight, and we're like, "We got to go set it back up." Yeah. We go in there, and I'm like, we ran him out today, so we go in, get the tractor, pull this thing back up, bring a bunch of 4x4s in, hold the blind in place. The windows are all gone, and
the worst looking blind in America.
The worst. Killed him a few days later out of that blind.
Jeez.
Wade and I did. You filled me in that blind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is hunting whitetail still your favorite thing?
Turkeys.
Turkeys?
Always have been turkeys.
What has been your, obviously you've hunted a ton over the years. What's been your favorite hunt? Like you think
Her
back.
bow kill.
Really?
Her first one.
What, and yourself, Taylor?
I have trouble with this question because I don't know. There's just so many hunts, so many different deer, so much history with certain deer. I feel like still my favorite hunt would be my biggest buck out of the tree in Iowa.
With Wade?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Like
was awesome.
not to like leave you out of it, but it was
No.
just it was a 186-inch deer.
Oh.
We were in a tree and he got to like 25 yards with a bow. Like it was just like unreal. And then we watched him fall.
Really?
But outside of that, I would say like just turkey hunting with you is
That's
my
fun.
favorite. Like it's so much fun.
That's fun.
He's a humble guy, but this guy gets inducted into the Hall of Fame tomorrow.
That's
Really?
amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's actually like a lot of
What time tomorrow?
4 o'clock.
Oh, I think I'll be down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent.
But yeah, your love is definitely turkey hunting.
It's turkey. Always has been.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
turkey hunt's coming up, so I got some turkey questions. Because we had these boys from, where are they from?
Spring Legion.
Yeah,
Hunter and Chase. Pharaoh.
just stop.
Yeah. I forget the last name.
So they said
Inferior.
that's wrong too. They
fine.
said that if they go out and it's morning and they've got one on the limb gobbling, they'll only call at it twice, and then they'll stop.
I've heard that.
If it works for him, it's a great thing about turkey hunting. I never question another turkey hunter's tactics, but I always use the time of year to determine how much I'm going to call. And there's certain times of the year I want to be the first hen on the ground, and I'm yelping my ass off to get him on the ground with me because he's so anxious. He hadn't been with him yet. It's kind of like late October, early April's like that in the Midwest.
Yeah.
And it is a dynamite tactic. There's other times I won't think about calling until he's on the ground and been there for 15, 20 minutes. So I think it varies on what time, where you're at in the mating phase.
Sure. So, I mean, early spring, they're just kind of kicking it off. I mean, will you tend to call more?
Yeah, I'm much more vocal.
Okay.
They kind of dictate the pace, right?
Sure.
If there's hens in the trees vocal, I want to be the first hen on the ground, and I'm talking.
Okay.
It's about the time you look around and you start to see light, you know, and you're like, okay.
Skin time.
He could fly down any minute. I want to make sure he knows I'm down.
If you get out in the woods and it's deathly quiet, are you quiet or you?
Yeah, I'm always quiet, period.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're definitely, you don't
I mean, on approach, but
sure.
Yeah, I'm of the general school that I wait till they're on the ground before I call, unless it's early season and it's a lot of hen talk.
I got you.
But I don't call to them a lot in the roost. I do a lot of soft talk, and stuff. But you're just better off waiting till they're on the ground.
Yeah.
And I think something that you talk about more than I've heard any other turkey hunter talk about is that a lot of people think, oh, the birds shut up, like they're gone, they're leaving, let's get up. When you always say, no, they're probably on their way. And you'll just shut up completely. And it's amazing how many birds we've killed that way from just simply sitting there in the quiet when a lot of people think, oh, like it's over. This isn't going to work.
They get curious and they want to come see what.
Yeah,
what was,
and they'll
what
just
was
come
over
in
there.
quiet.
Yeah.
Well, you got to let them take steps. More often than not, when a turkey's gobbling, he's not moving. And when he's not gobbling, he's walking.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. Let him walk. Let him walk. Don't call. If he shuts up and he's walking, let him walk.
Yeah, let
you
him-
start and make him call because you like to hear it.
Yeah.
You're going to hang him up. That's how they hang up.
Yeah.
Let him walk.
Yeah,
So-
that's where I run into problems. I like
Most
to,
aggressive hunter in the world.
I like to hear him. I like to hear him call
Grace
back.
over
So
there.
I'm like,
I just ruined Jay's spring.
That's exactly what you
I'm like,
did.
man, take
Jay's
a call
like,
out.
damn.
I don't even need a call.
Jason
Wait
Hunt-
for him.
Jason Hunter were just saying, giving them all advice, and it aligns with what you've been saying. Like, hey, you just got to give them time. You got to be quiet and this and that. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, that is the opposite of your technique.
I mean, there were times barely light, and they shut up. I'm like, all right, let's get out. Let's get out of the
We
blind.
gotta
Let's go find them.
Yeah, there's that moment when they all fly down. A lot of times roosts are historical roosts, so chances are he's got a hen with him. You know, they fly down. He's looking at the hen. He's going to shut up. That 20 to 30 minutes right after fly down is a very frustrating time because they're just standing there staring, strutting.
Yep.
Then they start to leave to go out to feeding areas and whatnot, and then that's when you kill them. Usually about 30 minutes after fly down. From then till about an hour and a half after fly down. That's a really lethal time.
So you have a turkey hung up. What's your technique to get him in? Just be quiet?
I'm tactical, man. It just depends on the moment, what time of day it is, what I think they're going to do. Like I move a lot with terrain. I kill a lot just because of terrain, but we've got terrain in the Midwest to deal with. When you don't have terrain, you got to be really patient.
We put ourselves in some odd setups.
Some really odd setups, yeah.
Up creek banks and all kinds of stuff.
And that's where you'll set up initially? Or
Depends.
It depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to get between where he's at and where he wants to go.
Yeah.
And they often don't know where
And
they
then have
want
the
to
camera
go.
on and kill him. That's all you got to do.
They often don't know where they want to go till they get there. They're kind of goofy. I mean, I've seen grasshoppers change a gobbler, 180 degrees. I don't know. I just love turkey hunting, man. I turkey hunt harder than anything. You can ask her, man.
He just hunts hard.
I just hunt hard.
Do you use a slate? Do you use a box, a reed?
I do a lot of friction calling on the strike, but I finish them all with a mouth call.
Okay.
99%.
The only thing I can run is a box.
She runs it well, though. She's a really good box caller.
I cannot. I tried to mouth call once. Like, I just can't.
I have a footage of her gagging.
No, it's literally. Why do you have to bring this up?
You want to see her?
Please don't.
Yes.
But
Ben will add this one in.
I'm like, how do people do this? I really don't understand.
I can't do it either.
My husband always says that too. He's like, even after all these years, like, I just don't understand how he's so good. It's so hard.
The mouthpiece finally, or the reed finally clicked with me last year before elk season. I would do the same thing. I'd put my mouth in the cart and and then something just clicked and it just started working for me. But,
good when it does.
Mm-hmm.
Have any
God
of
bless
your
the wild turkey.
Yeah. Are you going to NWTF?
Yes, I'll be there.
Are you?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet.
Just go walk around.
Go
check
listen
it
to
out.
the calling. The finals are tomorrow.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
What time?
I think 2 or 2:30.
Yeah, they
Okay.
end just before the induction, so
Yeah.
probably 1 or 2 somewhere in there.
I think
Man, there's some good callers in the country right now.
Really?
Oh yeah, Van Sice and Grossenbacher and Stoltz and Hunter Wallace, Dave Owen, Jesse Martin, J.R. Lanham. I mean, there's some guys that are just I never imagined in my wildest dreams a human could sound like these guys sound.
Really?
They are so freaking good.
It's amazing.
What metric do they use to judge? Because, you know, you go out there and you hear turkey, you hear elk, you hear deer, and then sometimes they just sound awful, right? And they don't sound anything like the noise that you're trying to make. So how do they judge those?
And I've judged the finals several times, and it's really consistency and realism and volume. You know, so you want a very lifelike approach. You don't want to be too loud. You don't want to be too soft, and you got to be perfect. Mistake, you're out. And it's hard to not make mistakes. These guys are good, though. Oh my goodness, are they good?
Who do
I'm
you
a
think's
huge fan of good callers.
Who do you think's going to win this year?
Matt Van Sice.
Really? Mm-hmm. That was quick.
Called it.
Are you judging?
Nope.
He's like, yeah, Matt won.
That's a bet I might make.
I would bet Matt will win. I would bet Dave Owen will be in the top 5. I'm gonna say Stevie Stoltz is going to be in the top 5. Hunter Wallace or Josh Grossenbacher. If I had to call who those are my favorite callers. Jed Peroniche is really good too. There's some awesome callers.
How many people does it
Jesse Martin.
start with?
I think there's 44 in the prelims,
wow.
and they'll take it down to 12.
But it's a lot.
Oh, wow.
So finals are tomorrow, and then right
It's-
after you
it's
get inducted to the
insane.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's pretty amazing.
yeah, with Ernie Calandrelli and Jim Pollard,
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's great.
2 of my heroes. They're all my heroes, man. I'm a huge fan of the sport. I eat, sleep, and breathe turkey.
That's awesome. Well, I really appreciate you guys coming on.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
I loved this. This was great.
I really enjoyed it. Thanks for
Appreciate
having
you
us.
having us.
We're
And I'm
honored.
glad it worked out that we were going to be in Nashville for the show.
It's been a great week because everyone's in town, so we've been stealing folks. you
Oh,
know?
I
I'll
bet.
bet.
And I've
It's
learned
perfect.
so freaking much. I love doing these, especially with people that are, have hunted their whole lives, and because I learned so much. And I go home, my wife gets to hear all about it.
He's going to show up tomorrow with a turkey call and his point.
Have you used wing bones?
I
great
did back in the
question.
day when I was calling because I had to do it in a competition.
Yeah.
Where you had to run 5 different devices on 5 different calls. Wingbone had to be one of them. So I practiced up and got to where I was proficient on it. I did a fly down cackle with it.
Wow.
So I can use them, but I don't hunt with them.
Yeah.
Do you like them?
No.
We just learned about them a couple of days ago. So
It's a big rage right now, but I don't like them. No, I'd much rather mouth call. I mean, they're hard to run.
yeah.
I've just never seen one, so that's what I'm
I
going to go
haven't
look for
either.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fad right now.
Don't mess with it.
It's kind of a fad right now. I mean,
Save your $100.
yeah. I mean, they're cool. They're neat. Ernie made me one. Calandrelli.
Big Earn.
Yeah. I used to hunt with Jim Cassida, one of the famed outdoor riders, and he always ran a wing bone. And Stiltsy and I, one time on an Indian reservation in Nebraska, Jim, he was infamous for you'd call and then he'd get that wing bone out, call right behind you, like before you could even hear the turkey gobble. And I told Stoltz, I said, I'm going to get old Cassida. Because I said, Jim, why don't you call first this one? And Jim always had this little wind up before he'd do this, and then he'd get here, and then he'd get right here, and then he'd do it. And Stevie and I are like 40, 50 yards apart, and we'd watch his wind up. And just about the time he'd get there, one of us would, he'd put it down, and he'd listen a little bit, and then he'd go through his little wind up again, and then Stoltz would do it. And he finally figured out what the hell we were doing. He turned around and he goes, "You two assholes." Jim was I love Jim Castle.
I love
So many good hunts with him. I don't know if you've ever read his writings, but he is a historian and just a tremendous wealth of turkey knowledge, particularly about the history of the sport.
And the best windup in the sport.
The best.
That's funny.
Awesome. Well, it's been great. Thank you.
This is awesome.
Thank
Thank you
you.
guys.
Appreciate it,
Appreciate you for
Yes,
having
ma'am.
us.
Brought you some of our drinkware there, so make sure. I always
Thank
forget
you.
to tell people to bring it home.
Yeah.
So please, that's
Thank you.
for you guys. Yes, ma'am.
Appreciate that.
Thank you much.